So are you looking for an artist now, but not just an artist that could make your artwork for your game, but someone that could actually be a partner for your game, someone to work with? Well, I got a little tip for you here today. So a few days ago, I kind of hinted at there are ways that you could find artists to work with, not just to give you artwork, but actually to collaborate with. Remember, I did that video on Scythe and how with Scythe you were able to see how the art really influenced the mechanics and the whole idea for the game. And if you're looking for something like that, where you start with art and you want to actually work with someone and collaborate with someone, I'm going to show you an idea on how to do that today. So let's take a little trip over to Reddit. And this is the subreddit tabletop game design. So it's /r/tabletop game design, or just search for that term. And you could do a search, but you could even see here, right, bi-weekly self-promotion thread. And so you could search for this same title and there'll be a bunch of these threads every other week. And if we scroll down, see the first person here, they're another designer. So that's not what you're interested in here. But look, second one, professional illustrator here. I'm trying to break into more board game work, done a variety of projects, book covers to video games. So this sounds like the perfect kind of person. And so what you would do is you just find them, you take a look, you see if this is the kind of artwork you like. Now right away I look at this and I see the vibe I get is a steampunk kind of like gothic, sort of fantasy, sort of horror kind of theme, right? So this is the kind of artwork where I look at this and I could already maybe start coming up with some ideas. Here we have, it looks like an old woman's satyr, a half raven, half bird something, and you see some more cartoony work here. So you could easily see how like a picture like this kind of looks like, is this a mix of sci-fi and fantasy? You can imagine a world, like look at this little pumpkin creature stealing eggs. Like you could look at this artwork and you could imagine a world, like what's the story behind this? And then what are the mechanics that can go along? So this was this is the first time I've seen this. So as a random example, this is someone that I could look into and be like, hey, this is someone I could partner with. We could come up with a game. Besides these threads, you could just do a search, right? You could, oops, did not want to do that. You could do a search, let's say, why are you doing that? I'm hitting the wrong one. Oops, sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. Let's say Illustrator, right? And here you could see, oh, sorry, a lot of times you have to click the subreddit, Illustrator switching from video game to tabletop and looking for info. Need tips for hiring an illustrator. So you want to look for the people that are illustrators, right? This person's an illustrator and you can message them directly, or if they give a link, you could take a look at their portfolio. Begun work on a card game. And I might even do a search for illustrator so I could kind of quickly see. But as an illustrator who's drawing sci-fi, seriously need of a good illustrator. So what you want to do, I gathered over the last few months working as a freelancing graphic designer and illustrator for aspiring game designers, right? So this is the kind of person you go in, you see what they've got, and if it didn't have this weird warning, I would go check it out further. So there's a lot of people working as a concept artist for hire. See? Another similar, like very thematic images. These are not generic images that you see. Like this tells some sort of story. What is this? This looks cool. So yeah, you could do the same thing. You could search illustrator, you could search artist, but the recommendation here is search for tabletop game design in Reddit. And you could do the same approach on any other forum, anywhere like DeviantArt. But there you wouldn't search for illustrator because they're all illustrators and artists. Then you would want to search board game and then see who are the people that are specifically creating concept art that have an interest in board game. And then you could potentially work together and make some magic happen, make the next Scythe. All right, that's all I got for today. As always, if you want more tips, there is a link for my free guide in the description. And if there's anything else you want me to cover, just shoot me a message or leave a comment, and I'd be happy to. All right, guys, enjoy the holiday weekend if you're in the U.S. of the Independence, and I'll talk to you soon.